Hello, welcome to Azurlight Tarot. So, tonight, I will be doing the Divine Feminine energy reading and message to her Divine Masculine. So, I already tried recording this message, and unfortunately, I recorded it on my new laptop, which is a Chromebook, and I ended up not being able to change the file to MP4. So now it's just chilling on my computer without being able to do anything. So basically, I'm going to do this all over again. I'm going to still use the same notes. I feel like I should still use the same notes, but I'm going to pull all new cards and be more thorough, I feel like that message wasn't meant to go out, and that's why I wasn't able to get it out. So here I am. I feel like I need to get this out, so that's why I'm recording it at the time that I am. Because I really want to get this out there for some reason. So I gotta find my notes. Okay, here we are. So before we get started, the notes that I have so far is a couple songs, Infinity by James Young. I do not have any notes for that, but do listen to the song, check it out. Another one is Without Me by Halsey, and that's another one you just gotta listen to understand the message. Another one is Self-Care by Mac Miller. And the notes I have here is, this is a time to focus on yourself and this is a time for the DF to focus on herself and what she needs to be able to move towards this union that she wants. I feel like I have this bad habit of sort of addressing the DM energy and like saying it to as if I'm talking to the Divine Feminine, and then when I do the Divine Feminine energy, I do the same instead of like addressing it to the Divine Masculine or just saying it as the energy. So I want to try and like not do that, because I feel like in a way I'm like subjectifying the Divine Masculines, and I don't want to do that at all. I want it to be equal grounds, so I'm working on how I do that. So I am going to shuffle the cards on camera because this was kind of like a last minute decision. So let's see. Another thing that I was channeling as I was focusing on this energy before I actually started getting into the message was just as the masculines are focusing on self, this should also be the feminine's focus. She is focusing more on union than the actual moment she is currently in. Feminines need to bring their focus back to the present moment. Everything is going to work out fine, but the focus is self at the moment. Alright, I have some little cards here that they're actually not cards, they're just to help me make sure I'm doing all my stuff that I need to get out there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to address is the Divine Feminine's overall energy, and there go my papers. Okay, I'm gonna move these up here so they can't be blown away again. I'm gonna use a different deck of cards actually. And the cards that I'm using for this is the Easy Witch Tarot and excuse me. I always look at the cards as if they have the name on them. The Secret Language of Light Oracle for the overall energy. For the Divine Masculine energy reading, I used 3 decks, but it kind of felt like I was doing too much whenever I did the Divine Feminine reading. So I'm just feeling like I should use these 2 decks for now. So I'm going to actually cleanse these as well. If this goes by slow, I apologize. I was watching a few videos earlier and they pointed out to me that there is a speed up button. So if you feel I'm going too slow, you can always go and hit that little button there. Okay. So let's start with the overall energy using the secret language of light oracles. It's so weird how I can switch the ways. Like, it makes sense why I would switch the ways I feel I need to shuffle for every different energy, but sometimes it shocks me. I'm not prepared. I don't know. Let's see. What is the Divine Feminine's overall energy at this current moment? What is... so the Mercury retrograde just came to mind, so I feel a lot of you could be reminiscing on past times with your DM. Some of them are positive and some of them are the negative moments, and you're kind of like afraid that this is going to happen again. Well, the feminines are afraid this could happen again. So I feel that the focus needs to be shifted to the fact that these are past actions. These are things that have already passed. Now it is time for the Divine Feminine to forgive this and understand that they happened for a reason, and then figure out what that reason was. But we are in this current moment, in this present moment. Yes, Mercury is going backwards, but we're still moving forward. So we need to allow this backwards energy to propel us further forward. Okay, what is the overall energy for the Divine Feminines? Okay, so actually that's interesting. I got on the bottom alignment. So it's aligned, to me this is aligning yourself to your truth, and we have this heart here. And then these wings with this sword going straight down the middle. And to me, this is aligning your chakras, because I talked about that a lot. And I just feel like there's this need to bring balance back to your chakras. And sorry. I get easily distracted. I really need to like shift my focus. Okay, so I shuffled these, but we had alignment on the bottom, and I just feel like with that sword, it's time for you to bring truth. I have this, I've been having this throat activation, like it started happening about 30 minutes ago, I want to say. I'm really feeling like this isn't my energy. I feel like this is divine masculine energy. There's this need to say something. So DMs may be wanting to say something, speak their truth, especially with that sword. To me, swords are truth, mental clarity. So lying to yourself. Man, this is a good song. Okay, actually, that's interesting. So I'm listening to Seven Nation Army, and the lyrics go back and forth in my mind, smoking this cigarette. And I see 44 on the timer for that song. So I definitely feel like the Divine Masculines are currently contemplating something, and you're definitely feeling it. I feel that they kind of want you to feel this, like their 5D selves want the Divine Feminines to feel this, because there's this sense of, it's like the divine masculines are scared to come forward, and so they're hoping that if they project how they're feeling onto you. Nope, that's not it. Some of them, I keep hearing the cigarette. Some of them may be under the influence of something. It's not cigarette. It could be alcohol. It could be drugs. Because I keep getting this feeling of this song that I keep hearing. Actually, I heard it on Angelic Guidance page. It's Passion Fruit by Drake. And she was talking about it. And ever since I've actually listened to that song, it's really resonated with me on my twin flame journey. And it talks about cleansing of his addictions, and I feel like that's, I know this is supposed to be the twin flames overall energy, but this just came through. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like the divine masculine is aligning with himself more, just as the feminine is aligning with herself more. So I feel like that's how it plays in, because you guys are mirroring each other. So the more that you align with yourself, the more the masculine realize what he is doing, and the more he aligns with himself. And after I shuffled, I got a nourish on the bottom, so there's definitely a lot of self-nourishment going on. So let's get to these cards that came out. So the reason I said this is kind of funny after I shuffled and got the cards was because when I was shuffling the other day, I got sensitivity. It like popped out, but I put it back in because I was just doing a cut and flip. And so clearly that did not want to work for the divine feminines. But we have whispers, which is, I'm pretty sure, a 3. Yep, a 3. And then we have sensitivity, which is a 6. So you got half of a 6. I don't know what that means, so whatever that means for you, I guess that's what it means. But I just felt the need to point that out. When I see the sensitivity card, though, I feel like the divine feminine is really allowing herself to go into this space of feeling everything that she needs to heal herself. You notice this flower is blooming, it's bright, it's got this beautiful aura around it. And I feel this is because the feminine is healing and she's allowing herself to. With the whispers, I feel like this is your spirit guides. They are all around you. They're giving you guidance. They're sending you signs. They're, to me, this looks like a path. Here, you see this path going to this light. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. I really need to turn this off. So it's like this light at the end of the tunnel here, and it's like your guides are leading you down this path. They're like, this is where you need to be. And I feel like with this, we also have inward revolution here. With this here, you're kind of like, also, I want to point out that this is kind of like a helix, like a DNA, and right here on this path, you have this right here in the middle. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's right there in the middle. And so to me, this is you having this inward revolution as your guides tell you this is where you're meant to be. You're going in the right direction, and you're kind of fearful of it because you're afraid to be sensitive. You see yourself blooming. You feel kind of like the Nine of Pentacles energy. You're independent. You're strong. You know what you want. You're creating the life you deserve. But on the inside, you kind of have, you see this like red. It's kind of like your heart is aching. It's like you're going over this so that way you can head towards this light at the end of the tunnel. Because I feel, especially with the red here, you are kind of allowing yourself to be sensitive, but it's kind of like you're afraid to. I feel like there's this work. I don't know what I'm trying to explain, so I'm just gonna take a minute. It's like you're afraid of this. You're afraid of going down this path. You're afraid of this inward revolution because it's not something you expected. You didn't expect this to happen at this moment. And so now that your guides are here confirming that this is where you're meant to be, this is what you're meant to be doing, you're kind of on overload. You're like, what do you mean? I wasn't expecting this to happen now. You know, I feel like I'm still needing to do work. But your guides are assuring you that you've done the work and that you've become the best version of yourself that you possibly can. And they're really proud of you. And so they're blessing you with what you deserve. And you just need to allow yourself to be sensitive and go within yourself to go down this path, because you know for yourself that this is what's meant for you. So let's move on to the DM's main focus. I was still trying to do the whole DM thing. I meant DF, my bad. The Divine Feminine's main focus. I'll be back 1 second. Okie dokie, let's hop right back in. Sorry about that. So we're focusing on the Divine Feminine's main focus. So, that's ironic. So currently, what is the Divine Feminine focused on? My cards are like finicky, and if I try to shuffle them this way, they yell at me. So I have to have, they still don't want to shuffle for me. I've done something. I'm trying not to let this video be so long, but it's like, it takes forever because I believe that I'm good at tarot. I'm an intuitive reader and I really enjoy the art of it. But I'm also fairly new, and for a month, I really didn't focus on it, and so I feel like I fell off, but I want to still be able to deliver messages to people and guide people on their journeys. So even if I could be considered underskilled, what I know will still help the collective. So even if I do take time while delivering my messages, it's the matter of the fact that I'm still here, trying to help the collective. And I don't know how I got here, but here I am. Anyways, what is the Divine Feminine's main focus currently? I feel like I have the song Friends by Chase Atlantic playing right now. So I feel like at the current moment, you don't really care. It's like you care, of course you care. But it's like you don't exactly care what happens between you and your Divine Masculine, as long as there's something there, even if it's just friendship. That's not what the song is saying, but that's what I get from the name of it. But if you feel like you want to check out that song, give it a listen. It's a pretty good song. I also want to note that I listen to literally everything except for like rock music. It depends on the band. Then I'll listen to rock music. But for the most part, I don't really listen to it, so expect the unexpected, because I listen to literally everything. Main focus for the Divine Feminine Spirit. Okay, we got 3, 4. One more card, please, Spirit. Oh, there it is. It's already flipped in here. I saw you, sneaky little queen. Oh, I passed it. Did I actually see it? There it is. Okay, so what we have on the bottom of the deck, actually, we're going to reveal that later. I'm going to give the other deck a good shuffle, because I did that for the, as I was shuffling, alignment popped out, so I'm pretty sure that's meant to be on the bottom of the deck. Okay, that's interesting. So, what we have here, interesting about that alignment card. Remember what I was saying about how it reminded me of mental clarity, truth. We've got the Ace of Swords here. Saw 2002 on the timer, so there's definitely mirroring here in this. It's like you guys both know what this is, but I like to say that the first card is kind of like the current but past energy. It's like you're just getting over this. And in this space we have the Ten of Wands. So you see this man, he's walking towards this castle. He's like, I know this is my home. This is where he wants to live the rest of his life. He's like, I'm going to take these wands, I'm going to put them down, and then I'm just going to stay here and live here because this is what I want. And so to me, this is kind of like he sees his castle and he gains his clarity that that's what he wants. He's like, I know this in my heart. This is my truth. And of course, swords are related to me, logic and the way we think. But this really strikes me as he's connected, like with the alignment card, he's connected his heart and his mind. And they work in tandem now. So you see this hawk here. It's closing in on this truth, I feel. So right after this we have the High Priestess. So to me this is confirmation that you know the divine feminine knows what she needs to be focusing on. She knows that she needs to focus on releasing these burdens. She also knows, that's so interesting, Infinity by James Young is playing right now. She knows that she needs to put down this burden because once she does, it'll give her this clarity. It will, you see this hawk is her. She's flying close to it, but because of this burden she has here, it's making it hard for her to really let go. She knows she needs to let go, but she's having trouble. So right now, I feel that's her main focus. And this message we have, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like, to me, this is really just her coming into her power. She knows who she's meant to be. She knows where she's meant to be. And so you've got this, I don't know. She's feeling really in her power, the divine feminine is. It's just this matter of putting down this Ten of Wands. But here, in the Queen of Wands, I feel like this is the Ten of Wands for some reason. And you see how she's holding on to it, and she's holding it up straight. But she's looking forward. So, I feel right now, she's holding it up too. It's not touching the ground. She's holding it up. I feel like she's kind of showing this off as like, she's showing the burdens as this. It's kind of like in a way, this is the message to the divine masculine. Like, look, this is what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on this burden and I'm trying to release it. I'm trying to let go of it so that way we can have wish fulfillment. So that way we can have union together with this Star card. For some reason, this stork kind of stands out to me. So, to me, my stomach is even like tingling. This is to me like, maybe some of the divine feminines are wishing to have children with the divine masculine and having a family. And, this could also just represent birth of, something new, which is the Star card. I mean, what do we do when we see a shooting star? We make a wish. And the universe is like, okay, well, here it is. And they're pouring into your cup. So I feel the divine feminine's main focus right now is releasing this burden, finding mental clarity, and strengthening her intuition. and focusing on her manifestations. So the divine feminine is definitely in her power. She knows who she is. She knows her worth. She's fierce. She's bold. She's confident. But she knows that if she wants this union, she needs to continue to focus on herself and continue to release these burdens and find mental clarity. So that's what we have for the main focus. Oh, don't throw cards at me. I didn't even ask you anything. It threw like 100 million cards at me. And now they don't even want to be picked up. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so just as I'm about to go on to the feelings, like what the divine feminine is feeling. Oh, excuse me. This song Fuck Feelings came on by Olivia O'Brien. And this song is about a girl who knew this guy. I feel like he's an ex. And when she's around him, she just wants to be with him again. But in the way the song is saying it, it's very sexual. But the way that I take it, it's like when I'm around you, I can't control how I feel. When I'm around you, I have this undying love for you. When I'm around you, it's so strong that I don't want to stay away. It's like, to me, she's saying like, these feelings are so strong that I can't handle being around you. But I feel like it's the opposite in that context. It's these feelings are so strong that I always want to be around you for the divine feminine. It's like, these feelings are so strong that if somebody left us in a room together, I think you know how that end. Just give that song a listen, and it's just, take what resonates. Take what resonates when it comes to listening to this, because this is a general energy reading. This is for the whole collective. So this could be even just a small group of divine feminines. But this is the divine feminine group that goes in tandem with the divine masculine group from the last video I did. But yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Let's go ahead and, now that I've kind of clarified that, let's go into this feelings message. What is the divine... Sorry guys, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. So, I will try not to pause this again and continue this. So actually listening to this song, she says, I'm not trying to fall for you now. So the divine feminines are definitely feeling this pull to their DM, but she's really wanting to focus on herself. And so she's kind of feeling confused. Gosh, stop messaging me. Okay. I resonate with this song so hard right now. Dang. Okay. Okay. So, I just had an epiphany moment as to why I felt like telling you guys about this song. So she says, I don't want you to turn me down. So, the reason you're saying fuck feelings is because it's like, I don't want to feel like this. Like, what if, and it was like, you know how she was kind of, the divine feminine is like resonating with the past. She's like, she's thinking over all these moments. She doesn't want to be rejected like she was in the past. Oh, okay. So she's feeling confused and hurt in a way. I have this aching pain in my chest, and it's just, it's like, I want this. I want to feel. I want to feel this way for you. But what if you just hurt me like the way that you did in the past, you know? How is the divine feminine feeling in this current moment? So we've already got one card here. So we've got temperance. So she's feeling balanced. We had another card fly, but I'm not sure I'm going to take them. Oh, we have two down here. Interesting. I feel like this is interesting. I am going to keep these. Let's get two more, please, Spirit. Where's one? One more, please, Spirit, for how the divine feminine is feeling. How is the divine feminine feeling in this current moment? And there's two. Oh my gosh, they just all want to flip out. Interesting. Oh, we got the Ace of Swords again. So there's definitely this mental clarity that the divine feminine feels she is receiving at this moment. And this is leading this reading. So in her feeling, she's already got this clarity. She's confirmed that this is how I feel. And with this Ace of Pentacles, I mean Page of Pentacles, I don't know, this is a Page of Cups. Okay. I'm definitely feeling this Ace of Pentacles energy though. It's not here, but I feel the divine feminines in this group their life is shifting. Interesting. I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna flip my cards around here a bit. Ooh, this is so interesting. I love this. Okay, so you're feeling all of these emotions. You're allowing them to come over you, and you're allowing, like, let me clarify this card in general. So this card is an apology card. This is like, this wave is hitting you and you have this realization, oh, I was in the wrong. But that's, I feel like I need to clarify what the book meaning of a card is for some reason. I do it all the time, but let's get back into what this means, right? What I am intuitively feeling from it right now. I feel like you have this wave of emotions, this connection to who you are, a connection to what you want. And this mental clarity that you've received is allowing you to really, really let this happen. Like with the sensitivity card, it's really allowing you to let things happen. This is a wave, but you see how she's standing there. She's not afraid of this wave coming over her. She's going with the flow of it. If this wave knocks her over, it knocks her over. If she stays standing, she stays standing. You guys are realizing this. The divine feminine is realizing, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And that's amazing, because then right after that we have the Temperance card. Because you have allowed yourself, divine feminine, to come to this, you're finding balance within yourself. Because you're realizing, if I just let things happen, if I just let things go, everything will work out how it's meant to. Everything will work how it is supposed to. Everything is going to fall in place. Like this wave, when it comes crashing down, it's going to go, and then it's going to smooth out, and then it's going to go back, and then it's going to come again. And you understand that now. You understand that sometimes it's the rainbow after the storm that really changes how things go. It's like, oh wow, it's not in remix. I was like, why is all these songs that I have on my list playing in a row? It's because I don't have my thing on shuffle. So you're definitely feeling more connected, especially after you've had this wave come over you. You see how she has her toes dipped in here? You don't mind putting yourself into an emotional state anymore. Look, she's on the ground and she's on the water. She is grounded in what she's feeling. She's balanced in what she knows to be true. This is also a twin flame card. This is union to me. Look how there's equal pouring into these cups. I'm probably not even pointing at them, but here we are. So she's pouring these cups and just like balancing them out, and there's always equal amounts of water into them. And I feel like, for some reason, this Without Me song by Halsey, I feel like in the song, Halsey's the one singing it to the guy, but I feel like this is the divine masculine singing to the divine feminine, even though this is the divine feminine to the masculine message. But once again, we have the divine masculine on the board. She feels his confidence, and she knows that his focus is on abundance right now, and she feels this. But she also feels him coming in with this Knight of Wands. This is a fast-paced card, but with the King of Pentacles here, I feel like, in a way, it's kind of slowing him down because he wants to come to you stable, abundant. Like, he can have something good with you, you know? So, overall, the divine feminine is feeling balanced, whole within herself. She feels strong and happy. You notice this page, she's smiling so brightly. And she knows what's coming to her. She knows she deserves it. She knows the truth, and she's feeling powerful. So that's how the divine feminine is feeling. So let's jump right into this message from the DF to the divine masculine. I just shot my papers everywhere. Sorry, I said I would not pause the video again, so I did not, but that message needed my attention. I apologize. So, let's jump right back into this. I should have paused it though, so it wasn't an extra minute, because I cannot edit my videos. I cannot do that yet, but when I can, I will assure that I cut those parts out, or I don't do it at all. Because I usually don't, but that message was like screaming at me in the back of my head, and I couldn't. So, I was feeling like I should pull out a card to say the DF message to the DM, but I also remembered that I already had one. So we're going to get one card to go with it. There it is. Okay, so the card we have here is the Four of Swords. So, when I see this card, this is a need for rest. This is a need for taking time to yourself. If you guys can get a good view of that, you notice how her face is just puffy. It's like she touched poison ivy or something. But to me, when I see this specific card, the energy I get from this, you notice how she has all these swords in a row lining here. This is putting something to rest. So, listen to this message from the DM to her masculine. DF to the masculine. I apologize. My love from beyond the stars. I'm trying hard to stay focused on what I love. I know that's what I need to focus on if I want this union. I know what I want, and that is peace and love with you. I finally understand what our connection means, and I won't run anymore. But I won't chase either. I don't want to push you further away. We must focus on ourselves for now. Bring our truth to light. With love, I send this letter. So, to clarify this, she's putting this runner chaser energy to a rest. That's what I feel how this Four of Swords plays into this. She finally understands. So she's putting her constant patronizing thoughts, that her ego, she's putting it to rest. She's like, we can't think like this no more. And she's, instead of saying we, she's saying I. She's bringing it together, because I have a problem where I separate myself from my thoughts, and I'm like, you can't think like that. We can't think like that. Instead of saying, I can't think like that. So there's this unity happening within the DF that is allowing her to realize that for this connection to be what she hopes for it to be, she has to be one with herself. And that's what she's saying to her divine masculine. So I want to point out, I also made some notes with that for the cards that came out with it. And the High Priestess was one of the cards that came out. So she knows she needs to put these thoughts to rest. And this is the note. The High Priestess is holding what looks like a rolled up piece of paper. So the DF could have definitely been working on a letter for her DM, but knew that it would only cause separation to last longer, so she has kept it to motivate her to keep moving forward and working on herself. So the reason I noted this was because I'd never noticed it on this card before. And this is a card that it's not in this deck, but it's in my Light Fountain Tarot. I say it's Light Fountain, but I don't think it is. It's just the Fountain Tarot. But when I look at that card, all I see is that moon seat she's sitting on. But I never noticed that roll of paper in her hand until I was doing this message. So I felt the need to point that out. So I hope this resonated, and I hope this helps you along your twin flame journey. This was the Divine Feminine's overall energy and message to her Divine Masculine. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe if you would like to see more from me, and comment down below what you thought and what you would like to see from me. Bye!